Why wait to see if you'll get something you like this Valentine's Day when you can go to BlueNile.com and find something you'll love? Whether you're looking to treat yourself to a little winter sparkle or show a galentine how much you appreciate them, Blue Nile offers a wide selection of high-quality designs, expert guidance, and free 30-day returns for the ultimate peace of mind. You can even design your own jewelry. Right now, save up to 50% at BlueNile.com. That's BlueNile.com.
Introducing Royal Caribbean's newest ship, Icon of the Seas, the ultimate family vacation. The ultimate 6 slides, 8 neighborhoods, 0 compromise vacation. The ultimate never done that, can't wait to do it vacation. The ultimate chillin' by a different pool every day of the week vacation. This is the Icon of vacations. Icon of the Seas, arriving in 2024. Book today. Come seek the Royal Caribbean. Ships Registry, Bahamas.
Hello again, hockey fans. Are you ready to brave the wild with me, your buddy, Paladino Joey? It is episode number 56 of Brave the Wild, which is available on thesportstuff.com and on iTunes. It is also July the 8th, 2012. We are ready to rock and roll once again here with some off-season news. The Wild made a few signings, a couple. Neil Nate Dogg Thiesing has returned. He is back in studio once again.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah, there it is. Yep, we missed that last time. Yep, he's feeling a little better. You gotta like that. Yep, gotta like that. Welcome back, Mr. Thiesing.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yep, but yeah, the Wild made a few moves, yeah, but we'll get to that in a second. As mentioned, Brave the Wild is available on thesportstuff.com and on iTunes. We thank Dylan Richardson always for making this show possible on that wonderful website. So yeah, the Wild, yeah, they signed a few guys. Let's see. Well, we've I thought we were going to get rid of Josh Harding on the last show. I was like, yeah, he's probably gone because we're probably going to bring Matthew Hackett in, and he's going to be the backup. Why keep Josh Harding? Well, but Backstrom's only got one more year left, so maybe they'll trade him actually to free up more cap space for a few of our signings. So yeah, Josh Harding is inked to a 3-year deal. Interesting, huh?
Yeah, it is. Like you, I thought he was going to get traded or something, but he's a pretty good goalie, I guess. Yeah,
he's a solid goalie. I thought they were going to let him go via free agency, or maybe who knows what type of deal, sign him and trade him like 1 year. They kept signing him to 1-year deals the last 3 years. It's kind of goofy. Mm-hmm. But he's apparently here, and now I'm guessing the long-term plan is Harding number 1, Hackett number 2, and then who knows, maybe Hackett number 1 and Harding number 2. So Harding's salary about $2 million a year, which is 1/3 the amount of Backstrom's 6+. So,
wow,
yeah, that's a big difference, huh? So that's yep.
Yeah, I don't know. He's if he does good, I'm sure. He'll get in there, or who knows who's going to prove themselves to be the best goalie.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you never know, because Hackett's so new. A lot of people think he's going to be something, but never know. I mean, Harding, it took 7 years for him to really kind of be a part of things. He's been in the organization since 01, 02, I think. Yeah, it's been a while, about 01, I believe, with Josh Harding. He was the first goalie ever drafted by Doug Risebrough at the time in the Wild. Crazy. But, man, welcome aboard, Mr. Harding, again for the 99th time. Okay, 2002 draft, second round, 38th overall. Yeah. So, good stuff there. The Wild made a few other signings. Yeah, they were busy chasing a few guys that we'll mention later. Mm-hmm. They're busy trying to pull off a Miami Heat. Yeah, okay, I didn't say that. I shouldn't use that word, should I? But, yeah, the Wild signed Zenon Konopka. Yeah, Zenon Konopka. Well, all right then. Yeah, so, the Wild signed Zenon Konopka. He's, there you go. well, we're happy for him. No. No, I guess he's supposedly a fourth-line center, and, okay, good luck, I guess. Hopefully that works out. Not much really overall to say about his career. He's kind of a fourth-line, minor league range, 5 points last year. Never been in the league a while, though. He's actually, he's as old as Danny Heatley, which is interesting.
Yeah.
He has never eclipsed double digits in points. A couple of years ago, he played all 82 games. That's kind of weird, but I guess he's valuable enough to stay in the league. Obviously, and the other key with him is he's an enforcer, so he'd be out there to protect a couple of guys that are pretty good players that are now going to skate for the Wild. We're not going to mention their names, though. No, I don't think we're going to mention their names. Nah. They also get Torrey Mitchell at the same time, and we're all like, okay, we signed Torrey Mitchell and these guys, so what's really going to happen? Are the Wild going to strike out here and not get anybody?
First, I thought they were talking about Willie Mitchell.
Yeah, Willie Mitchell, and ended up actually being Torrey Mitchell. I guess he's really fast, and that's good. Hopefully, it works out. His salary was a little on the high side, about $3 million for 3 years. So, his stats a little bit better, and they say how fast he is. So, good luck, I guess. He's been in the league a while. Another San Jose Shark. So, we're kind of San Jose North, I guess, with all the Heatley and Setaguchi and all those guys. Gotta like that. So that was pretty much the key. That was our July 1st day. July 1st signings. Exciting. It was kind of like, Doug Riseborough's back.
Yeah.
Yes. We're going to sign third and fourth liners. And,
Oh, no.
Oh, no. And trade away draft picks for third liners. That's pretty much what Doug Riseborough did best. But, yeah. It's weird, though. I mean, as we get closer and closer to talk about the guys that are obviously the centerpiece of this episode, it really looks like there's been a plan in place for a long time, because last year Chuck Fletcher's whole idea was, I almost called him Cliff Fletcher, by the way, excuse me, Chuck Fletcher. His whole idea was, we're not going to sign anybody, this was last summer. It's just not the time yet. It's not the time yet. Leopold wanted to hurry up and sign people. Of course, the generous owner of the Wild.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's a very generous owner. He's a good fan, too, of the sport. But it's like, anything you look like you had something on your...
he's a pretty big fan, and he was in Nashville, but back in the day.
Yep, he was the Nashville owner, which, again, makes things even more interesting. There was a web that slowly brought things together here. I mean, it's strange, because a certain defenseman played for the Nashville Predators his whole career. 7th overall pick in 2002 draft, or 3, excuse me. Same draft as the other guy we signed. It's interesting. He owned the same team that the defenseman played with. The Wild acquired a certain defenseman also from Edmonton last year named Tom Gilbert, which has ties to the Twin Cities and has been friends with Suter and Parise. There, I said their names. Sorry. It's like there's been a long plan here. Almost try to bring all these buddies together. Say, your Suter's wife is from Bloomington. Zach Parise, obviously, Parise, not Parise, from Minnesota all this time. I apologize about that. We have some bells ringing in the background there, but so yeah, Parise. I'm gonna see. We was Parise for forever, and then the Olympics a few years ago they started going with Parise. So now they've screwed that up for like forever now.
Yeah.
Until we start watching like 99 games of Parise playing for the Wild.
There you go.
There you go. Oh yeah, yeah. This is exciting times here in the Twin Cities. But back to where I was trying to be. Parise, J.P. Parise played with the North Stars. Obviously, his son, like a better version, you could say. Parise was a solid player for the North Stars. Zach Parise has been a bigger name in the NHL with the Devils for the last 7 years. Yeah, went to the Stanley Cup Finals last year and all that. Figured. Oh, man, he was so close. You watch him re-sign with the Devils now. It's like, damn it. After all struggling for all those years with a good what used to be a good team but seemed to not have much success the last few years. Then they shock the world and not only make the playoffs, but go to the finals, only to lose, unfortunately. Like LeBron in Cleveland. Okay, excuse me. and Miami, by the way. They lost one of them, but yeah. You got all these webs forming. You got the owner who used to own the Nashville Predators, where Suter played, and now you have Ryan Suter, of course, and then you have, and the other funny thing too, both Suter and Leopold are from Wisconsin. That's even more funny, and they're both Packer fans. Excuse me, I didn't say that. You didn't bring in Tom Gilbert, who had ties to them for a while. He used to play for Bloomington Jefferson. Tom Gilbert has been friends with the both of them, and then all of a sudden, when a lot of us thought, watch, we're going to strike out. We're not going to get either one. Typical Wild off season. We'll maybe get like another Matt Cullen type who's not bad, but not going to change much.
Yeah.
Another second, third line like guy will be our signature signing. And then it's like, oh wait a minute, I guess they're talking behind the scenes. It's like that can only mean one thing. Because Pittsburgh, who was actually trying to be the true Miami Heat of the NHL with Crosby and Malkin were trying to get Parise in there, and that would have been the true Miami Heat of hockey right there.
Yeah, no thank you.
Yeah, talk about big three, huh? That would have been the true Miami Heat. That would have been depressing.
Who's the big three now? Heatley and...
Yeah, for us, yeah.
and Parise, and then Koivu, maybe?
Yeah, that's the big three, at least here. Yeah, in the top line, you could if you want to throw Suter in, you take Koivu out. But then again, that's probably mean to do. It's interesting. Yeah, the Wild were able to pull this thing off, and yeah, they were the only team pretty much that had the cap space to do it. Worst case scenario, Suter ends up in Detroit. He wanted to play in the Midwest. Apparently, that was one of the big keys. Offered at least $100 million by somebody. They say they wouldn't be clear about it, but 90% chance it was Detroit, because it was kind of Detroit or Minnesota with him. That's what was the talker. And Parise is like everybody. But yeah, Pittsburgh, Philly, probably Detroit. But they probably couldn't get him if they had Suter. It was just one of those deals because of cap space. The Wild freed up so much cap space that the two guys said, "Screw the $100 million. Let's go for 98, which is 100 anyway."
Yeah.
And they signed for 13 years. Lucky number is 13. It's like, yeah, we're doing the same handshake that I'm sure the owner and the agents were doing, the GM and all them were doing.
Popping bottles.
Yeah, big time. Like we're imagining a little champagne bottle. Oh my goodness. I love Twitter, by the way. Twitter. And there's a reason why I love Twitter, because there is no place in the planet you can get news faster. Because it's instant. Like it was July 4th, which of course the true fireworks in Minnesota were Zach Parise and Ryan Suter. The true fireworks. But, the fireworks came early or whatever. I'm going to see my fiance, and it's July 4th. Nothing's going to happen. Why'd they have to, keep postponing this? Now, they won't sign today, so we got to wait. Wait an extra 48 hours or whatever. It's like, And I was like, okay, let's just check Twitter. What? It says, Michael Russo, of course, of the Star Tribune on Twitter. All of a sudden I see this tweet, Wild signs Suter, Parise next. It's like, wait, what? And then it's like 3 seconds later, Parise all done. It's over. It's like, oh my God. And I'm waiting forever because my fiance is the slowest person in the world. Sorry about that, but she's not listening, so. I know, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. No, she takes her time getting ready for stuff. And I go from kind of getting, the classic impatient where it's like, why can't we just get going? To, okay, sorry. Forgive the really goofy sound effects there, but I just went super giddy.
Yeah.
I mean, how did you feel when you first heard the news?
I couldn't believe it.
Just shocked, right?
Yeah.
There's all these rumors. I believe it was, the night before, on Yahoo, and it's like wild speculation. There's a possibility these two can come, and it's like, oh my god, wow, nah. It's like, wait a minute, they are talking, aren't they? You know, you got this vibe, they're talking. Mm-hmm. It's like, if they're talking, that can only mean one thing. Oh. It can only mean that the Minnesota Wild are about to be a better team immediately.
Mm-hmm. Superstars.
Yeah, I mean, and the good news about the whole superstar thing is, yeah, you have Parise, you have Ryan Suter, who clearly is he's better than, he's better than Brent Burns. Statistically, he's not as good as Shea Weber, which is the other Nashville super defenseman. One thing that scares me a little bit about that is, Nashville had both of them. They're okay. They weren't like dominant, but I suppose they didn't have like Parise and Heatley and all them. But on that team, no, it's interesting though. Thought, I suppose. Mm-hmm. Like, too much defenseman and not enough, front line, I guess.
Yeah. I'd still like to see us get one more big name up front.
And the possibility does exist. That's the good part, because I guess these contracts front-loaded. So the cap hit's going to kind of go down. That's the good news. Because, like, you know how a front-load deal works, right? Where it starts at the top and slowly goes down, where it gets to a point where, when you think $98 million, holy cow, how much do they make in a year? And I guess the cap hit at this point is 7.5 for each, because it is 13 years. It's like forever. Mm. But, when you do like age of 27 plus 13, they're going to be like 40 at the end of the deal. Interestingly, this is obviously extremely wise the way they did this. By the time they're 40, they'll be making $1 million a year. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So I guess they're saying how the possibility does exist that we can make other, signings. The cap is set in a way where we can make other signings, and of course we were able to do this with Nicholas Backstrom in the roster. There's going to be $6 million off the books next year, or via trade or whatever. Yeah, not bad. He's only got 1 year left, so possibility exists.
Oh yeah.
Sidney? No, I'm kidding. No, Sidney signed like his 13 million 13-year, $100+ million deal already with Miami Penguins. Okay, just kidding. Pittsburgh Penguins. Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yeah.
The possibility does exist. We can sign other guys. The other good news is, boy, we got a lot of nice prospects coming up, huh?
Yeah, we do.
Now it's another thing we're going to hear about in the press conference tomorrow, Monday at noon. I don't know if the show will be released yet, unfortunately, by then, but maybe. At the mercy of iTunes and of thesportstuff.com, just because, but yeah. Yeah. All these prospects, McHale, that's another name I forget right. They always call it Michael, but it's McHale. Mm-hmm. McHale Granlund out of Finland is going to be on the team for sure. And then you got Charlie Coyle and the draft pick, Matt Dumba. Did you hear much about him? Mm-hmm. Not too much. You ain't able to catch up with the draft. Yeah, I mean it's hard to do that, but Matt Dumba, of course. He's looked on to be a pretty explosive defenseman. The Wild got him 7th overall in the draft. Okay. Yep. So Matt Dumba, and then you have Jonas Brodin, who was a defenseman last year. Mm-hmm. Another major prospect addition. I mean, there's only so much information you could get on these guys, but overall, Matt Dumba looked on to be another great defenseman with the organization. Kuma, nobody's really expecting much out of him. Tyler Kuma. You got Jason Zucker. You got, of course, I mentioned Coyle, Johan Larson, Matthew Hackett. That's the goalie, of course. Mm-hmm. It's some exciting times in the Wild system. So that was another reason for the guys to say, well, the toughest part about the decision is, am I going to play the rest of my career in Pittsburgh, Detroit, or Minnesota, or Philadelphia, or God knows what. But because, they're having to commit to a team for the rest of their careers. So I guess it came down to not only the fact they're at home and comfortable and all that, but, the long-term prospects of the team as well looking up. Looking very up.
And then all we need is Modano, and we're going to win it all.
Mike Modano, he... it's funny that you bring that up, because he made a tweet, whatever, saying, "Oh, with Parise and Suter, I can make a comeback with I'm coming back to Minnesota." He actually did that.
Did he?
Yeah, I'm thinking he was just joking from all accounts, but that'd have been kind of cool, huh?
Yeah. Come on.
Come on, come back. Please come back. You know what's really funny? Even more funny about all that?
What?
That'd be the third guy now, like as worn number 9. Because you got Koivu. Parise has to change his number from 9 to 11. Okay, that's creepy. 9. Okay. Whoa! I better be very careful with that. But and then Madonna was also number 9 his entire career. And yeah, what the heck? Wouldn't that be funny? He comes back and ends up wearing like number. No, he can't wear 99, obviously, but 18.
Retires as number 9 here.
And then Koivu was like, "Hey, what the hell? No, you can't do that." No.
Yeah.
Koivu did wear number 21 in his rookie year. Hey, come on, Mikko. Come on, Mikko. We know you're the captain of the team and everything, but come on.
Isn't that a captain move, making way for a legend to come back?
Uh-huh. Yep. Come on, let's go. What's funny is, too, Zach Parise is the captain of a team that went to the Stanley Cup Finals. The captain. Now he's coming here where Koivu's the captain. Interesting. But Zach Parise's just like, nope, Koivu's the captain. Nothing to worry about. But I don't know. That is interesting. Would you have a personal preference between the two, or not really? Just kind of let it go as is?
Like people to prove in their play that they're captain worthy.
That's a really good point. Yep. Fist pound. There we go. That's a really good point right there. And I don't know. To me, to date, I think a certain guy that played in New Jersey has done a little better job of that. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a little too hard. I don't know.
Just hope to see something out of Koivu.
Yeah. I mean, the good news is I do think the statistics of Healy and Koivu, if they stay healthy, are going to go up big time. I would hope, anyway. I mean, if they don't go up, that'd be a huge shame. That'd be a big shame. Setaguchi's another guy, yep. Setaguchi, son of Gucci. Setaguchi better get his butt in gear as well. I mean, and what did he get? Like, he didn't even get 40 points last year. Whoops, wrong person. But Setaguchi is a guy, the Wild are going to have to count on to step up. And I got to think his numbers are going to have to go up here. They're going to have to. He's been a 30-goal scorer at one point in his career, but it was about 4 years ago. And at age 25, come on, let's bring it back. Let's go. He had a 65-point year in 08. That is pretty good stuff at age 21. Come on, Seto, let's go.
Hopefully he's growing up a little bit.
I hope so. And that would be fantastic if we could get Setaguchi to... If he could have a year like that, holy cow. If he could have like a 31-goal type of year, 30 assists, hey.
Never know.
Never know. And Heatley, I think he's still capable of it because he was kind of a man on an island last year. He still managed to get 53 points with the defenseman not really generating much of a power play. Koivu's okay, but when he's the only guy, he's the only decent center. Cullen's okay, but, so I don't think Heatley really played with Cullen that much. A little bit. I got to think Heatley could be at least 60, 70 points with this improved power play and all that. I got to think so. This could be pretty fun.
Yeah, sounds like it's going to be awesome to watch it.
Yeah, the ratings are going to be a lot higher next year, I got to think. They're going to be through the roof. But yeah, it's funny how like Suter and Weber, Shea Weber also of Nashville. Shea Weber's had like 50-point seasons. Suter's pretty much topped out in the mid-40s in his points. It's still for defense and obviously phenomenal. Definitely a power play quarterback. Another indication that gave me hope that this union could happen here in Minnesota was the way Parise, when they just said basically that like phone interview or something in the Star Tribune, they basically like talk about Ryan Suter a little bit, and then he just went on and on and on like about how unbelievably he is and how wonderful. It was basically like how wonderful it would be to play with him in a way, and it's like it was kind of like hinting at that, just how amazing he is and how anybody would want to play with him. And it's like okay, that's a little seed being planted, right?
Yeah.
Ryan Suter. Yeah, I still can't believe it. It's funny, too. He was the 7th overall pick in 03. Jack Parise, 17th.
Oh, wow.
Only 3 picks ahead of the Wild at 20 when they took Brent Burns. Close.
Poor Brent Burns.
Poor Brent Burns. Yep, now he's in San Jose. Having a good run over there, though, I'm sure. More bells were ringing here in the background. Apologize for that. Ugh, this is a nightmare. Sorry. There's lots of reason to be excited here. Like a lot of people saying how, well, a lot of people would tell you, and we noticed it last year, no depth on the blue line for the Wild. But it's obviously a Suter. That's a huge upgrade. And now you got 2 major draft picks coming in. Brodin and Dumba. Excuse me, it's not Dumba. That's another one that's getting screwed up. Matt Dumba. Brodin looked on as a more of a defensive stalwart type, and Dumba looked on as more of as an overall two-way type defenseman. So
better not look Dumba.
Yeah. What's that?
Said he better not look Dumba.
He better not look Dumba out there. Yeah. That's the thing. That poor guy. You'd think you'd want it to be Dumba. Why do you want to? I remember when he came on the air, they're like, "Let's clear this up right away, Dumba or Dumba," and he said Dumba. It's like, change it to Dumba, man. No, just for your own sake. Poor guy. Yeah, because it's just, it opens the door, doesn't it, to a lot of stuff. He better play well then.
Oh, yeah.
But amongst all these amazing free agent signings and all these prospects coming in, the most exciting news this offseason, without a doubt to me, the Wild re-signed Stefan Veilleux. You're like, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm being sarcastic. Yeah, they re-signed Veilleux.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I really... He's physical, that's great, but okay. What else does he do again? Yeah, there you go. Jeez. There you go.
Looks like an old guy.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just... It seems like half the team is born in 1981 and the other half was born in 85. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny how that turns out. Yep, he's an 81er like Healy and all them. Yeah. Who knows? I mean, maybe it's just kind of a depth move. Like, people get hurt and stuff. So he needs to play, needs some help. They also kept Matt Cassidy, who's another enforcer type. Just a monster at 6'5", 240. Yeah, he likes to mix it up a little bit and score an occasional goal every 12 games or so, apparently. Okay, I'm not against it. They kept Justin Falk as well, a gigantic defenseman from about as classic a name as you can get, Snowflake, Manitoba. That's an awesome name. Isn't that an awesome name for a city?
That's funny.
You know what'd be really funny?
What?
If Snowflake is anything like the Twin Cities the last week or two. Snowflake, really? No.
Yeah, I wish.
Temperatures hovering around 100, dew points hovering in the 70s. Yuck. Welcome to Cuba. Havana, Minnesota. Yeah. But, yeah, I'm bouncing around a little bit, but the whole idea, obviously, is it's off-season. That's what this show is all about.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. So, really, yeah, I mean, I even like Steven Kampfer as well. That's a guy the Wild acquired in trade last year for Greg Zanin. I think that's not bad. I mean, statistically, his numbers aren't anything special, but from what I saw from him briefly, it's like I think he can play in this league. So it's another piece. Just there's pieces all over this roster, I think, that can keep things moving forward in a good way. The Wild, I thought, improved at the end of the year last year, but then again, it's another one of those smoke and mirror, nothing on the line. You're totally out of the playoffs type of deal. So we'll see. But I think things look good for the future. Are you excited, Neil? Are you excited?
Oh, yeah.
Tell me how excited you are. Huh?
I'm
excited. Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
It's going to be an awesome year.
I think it really is. And
Come on, Mike Modano.
Come on, Mike Modano. How cool would that be? Oh, wouldn't that be fun?
Mm-hmm.
That would be kind of fun. But then they're like, no, we can't stunt some young prospect's growth. How dare you? No.
Yeah.
Then again, there's probably no centers, and the center is still, well, yeah, Granlund, obviously, but outside of Granlund, there's not that much. Maybe put Granlund on the second line, Cullen on the... Oh, wait, Granlund isn't a center, is he? It's like, I think, yeah, he's one of those guys like Bouchard where it's kind of a mix. He's kind of played both, I guess. But, yeah. The $1 million question, though, what, I'm going to put you on the spot here.
Oh, what's that?
You're like, don't do this to me.
Don't
No, I'm kidding. 13 years, right, with Parise and Suter? Suter. Parise and Suter. Oh, and they also signed Brian Connolly, too. Okay, anyhow. He hasn't played a single game in the NHL yet at 27. But anyhow, over the 13-year span of their contracts, Parise and Suter, do the Wild win a Stanley Cup?
Oh.
That's a toughie, huh?
I think if they get some more guys in here, like, who knows,
Possibility exists.
Just with our team that we played last year kind of stinks.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny how the first couple months it looked like there was hope, and yes, Granlund is a center. I mean, I keep getting confused with some of the positions, but I thought he was a center, but I've heard people talk about him as a wing, too, which drives me nuts. I actually have heard it, like, several times, honestly. But, yeah, I got to think there's going to be Koivu first line, obviously, Granlund second, Cullen third. That'd be great. Oh, and Broziak. Holy schmuck. Well, I guess there's your centers, Madonna. So maybe Granlund will place him forward if they brought in Madonna. That'd be funny, but I kind of doubt it. But you never know. What was I leading towards? But yeah, I mean, there's always a possibility they could bring in at least another solid, maybe a younger Andrew Brunette type, maybe to come with, because he was a 60-point guy, when he was going strong. Andrew Brunette, you bring in a 27-year-old Andrew Brunette. Ooh.
Yeah, I was surprised that he left.
Yeah, it was mostly the Wild though. The whole we're going young and Brunette trying to chase a ring type of deal. It was a combination of both. But yeah, still it was disappointing to see him leave though. Mm-hmm. As of right now, he's still a free agent. But
is he?
Signed just a 1-year deal with the Hawks.
The Hawks.
It's your favorite team, isn't it?
Oh no. The North Stars and the Hawks.
That was a great rivalry, wasn't it? Do you miss it?
Yeah, I do.
Oh man, I miss those days. I mean, the Wild need a rival. It was Vancouver for a while. Now it's I think it's Dallas. Honestly, that's just me. Do you think so? Mm. Do you think that's guys like Steve Ott? They tend to mix it up. I mean, he mixes it up big time with his team.
Yeah.
Steve Ott is kind of a very obviously he's a goon on the Dallas Stars, and it seems like he's constantly getting things going with the Wild. So. Oh, and by the way, Mario Lucia is another major prospect, but you don't hear about him as much. And Zach Phillips, there we go. Oh, and yes, the Wild drafted Louis Nanny, 7th round pick. Does that name sound a little familiar? Mm-hmm. It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The North Stars we're gonna take Madonna with the first overall pick. Okay. I love Lou Nanny with that deep voice. Yeah. That guy was born to be in front of a microphone. Mm-hmm. And I've met him. I got an autographed card from him.
Oh wow.
Legendary. Well, yeah, he was really good. North Stars defenseman in the 60s and 70s. Mm-hmm. Lou Nanny. We got his grandson. No, not his son, his grandson. Yeah. Yeah, Lou's 70 already. Can you believe that? Mm-mm. He's a 70-year-old guy now. But yeah. So it's in his blood, I guess. Lewis's dad works in the Wild's front office, I believe, if I remember correctly, or was it his uncle? But he told him, "Don't draft me," because he figured I don't want all that pressure. Oh yeah. And then it's all of a sudden he finds out because 7th round pick, you're not going to hear about it immediately, maybe. Mm-hmm. And he's like, "What the heck?" But he's like, "Okay, it's fun." He didn't want the pressure of getting drafted and having to possibly come to Minnesota, but it happened. And it's in hindsight, after it does happen, it's okay, cool. It's funny though. I mean, there's really a Minnesota feel to the Wild's future and the present. Zach Parise, excuse me. Mm-hmm. Obviously, he's the biggest of them all now.
Yeah.
Matt Cullen, from Matt Collins, Minnesota, and obviously won a cup with Carolina Hurricanes. It's a me, Mario Lucia, whichever you said that last year.
Yeah.
I'll do it again.
It's a me, Mario.
Mario Lucia, the son of Don Lucia, the two-time national champion Gophers. Eric Halla is not from Minnesota. He's from Finland, but he lives in Minnesota now. 7th-round pick by the Wild last year, I believe, or was it? Last year. It's kind of cool. Mm-hmm. There's stuff all over the thing. And of course, Louis Nanny, also a member of this team. They really like to draft these Minnesota guys, don't they?
Yeah.
Draft and sign. There is a lot of Minnesota feel to this team, and it's kind of exciting, huh?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Isn't it cool?
Mm-hmm.
It's very cool. It's up and down it's really up and down the system and the roster in general. But yeah, the biggest fish of them all, it really happened. You're thinking it was a pipe dream, and it happened.
Yeah.
Oh, say it one more time. Let's say it one more time. Zach Parise is going to play for the Wild next year. Oh my God! And the next 13 years. 13 years.
Hey.
You got to be kidding me.
It's a lot of years.
Isn't that cool? Mm-hmm. Oh, and yep, Nate Prosser's also from Minnesota, Elk River. That was the other one. Yep, Nate Prosser. He played with Elk River, high school and all that. Big rival of Bacchus. That's out in St. Louis.
Yeah.
I read this. He was really going at him. It was funny. They're actually big rivals from high school. I was reading his lips dropping FU bombs, shaking his head at him like, bleep you, at Bacchus, who's the captain of the St. Louis Blues. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it is.
He's going at him. It seemed like that whole game, everybody was jawing at him. It was weird. Everybody on the Wild. I still remember this game with the Wild and Blues earlier in the year when it looked like the Wild were going to do something back then, but we remember what happened there.
Yeah.
December 13th.
There you go.
December 13th, I released a show called The Wild are the best team in the NHL. We lose to Winnipeg one night, have a heartbreaking overtime loss to Chicago the next night, and we lose like 1,000 games.
Don't do it again, Joe.
I'll never do it again. I'm really sorry, all of you out there. I know I'm a huge part of the blame there, and I'm actually saying sincerity. Sadly, that was bad.
Yeah.
Oh, because it's the timing that proves to you that, I did jinx him. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. So the Minnesota Wild will be good next year.
Close to me, Joe.
Yep. The Minnesota Wild will be a good team next year. There we go.
I hope so.
I hope so. You think they'll make the postseason?
No, maybe.
Maybe. I think they have to, but we'll see. Then again, I thought last year they were going to be the 8th seed. And then all of a sudden they're number 1 for like 2 months. And then it's like, oh no. It's like, okay, there's a drop-off. Cool. We'll be the 6th, 7th, 8th seed. Whatever. We'll still make it. Nope. Didn't even come close. Didn't come within a rat's, chance and what. It was rough. But it's over, and here we come.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Oh, jinx. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, here they come. Any closing thoughts you might have, or?
Oh, not really. Just hope that they do better this year with all their prospects and stuff, and gotta go prove it. They're a tough state.
Yeah, that's the other thing too with all the Minnesota guys. We've had a lot of guys come here, that were from Minnesota, obviously, and then they'd struggle, like Mark Parrish. Hendrickson did work out for the most part. He was never supposed to be great. He was good, Hendrickson. Mm-hmm. He scored the game-winning goal in Game 7 in Vancouver back in 2003. That was insanely awesome. That was the biggest goal in Wild history, even bigger than Brunette's. But, is something on your mind?
Yeah. I'd like to see Brunette back and maybe Madonna.
That would be cool. You talk about some veteran. That's definitely some veteran energy coming in the room. Mm-hmm. Madonna is going to be a tender age of 42. Bruno's going to be pushing 39. Yeah, born in 73. So definitely some age, but it'd be fun.
Yeah, that would.
Wouldn't that be cool?
That'd be awesome.
Especially if we won the cup, then Brunette could finally have a ring. The poor guy. Still a free agent.
You
never know.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I'm curious to see what's going to happen. Who's going to make the team out of these prospects? I'm looking forward to finding out here. A lot of indications. Coyle's obviously extremely good. Phillips, all these other guys. It's going to be fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be fun. Yeah, that's a huge thing coming into next year, like you mentioned. It's time to go prove it, and yeah, it is. It's absolutely time to go prove it.
Yep.
Because we've had a lot of guys come in, here we go, this guy's going to be big time, and then, come on. 3 seasons later, we're like dying to get him out of here.
Yeah.
So hopefully that can change this time around.
Yep.
And a lot of indications are we're in good hands right now with Fletcher.
Mm-hmm. Let's go wild.
Yep.
Let's go wild.
Let's play hockey. Basically. Yeah, I mean, when you hear nothing but good things about 6, 7, 8 prospects, I got to think a good at least 2 or 3 are going to work out. I got to hope. So that's pretty much what it hinges on. Because you got the big fish. Now it's time for the little fish to do their part as well, to grow and become big fish as well.
Mm-hmm.
The old-fashioned way, the draft.
Yeah.
Detroit and Pittsburgh.
Maybe help some of these younger guys become bigger fish.
Exactly. Yep. The Dumbas and all them. So that's pretty much what it's all about. That's what brought these guys to Minnesota in the first place. Besides, obviously, being all the billion ties to Minnesota, it's the hope too, the long-term hope.
Yeah.
Hope and change. Okay, sorry. No, not that, but we'll see. So with that, I mean, very exciting off season. I couldn't be happier right now.
Yeah.
I couldn't be. We did it. So with that, I guess if you have any closing thoughts, other than
not really, just go wild.
Go wild. Yep, that's the hope. That's where I can stand as well. So with that, we'll get to the contact details. Brave the Wild is available on the sportstuff.com and on iTunes, as mentioned before. Do call into the phone lines 209-736-7877. 209-736-7877. It is a voicemail. Do treat it as such. Mention you're calling in for Brave the Wild because you want to mention which show it is. And comment, question, shout out. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of shout outs, I would think, out there. Somebody call in 209-736-7877. Will be very cool. Do join the message boards on the sportstuff.com. Click on the button that says TSS Boards. Get your screen name, sign up, and get on those boards and talk hockey. Simple as that. There's a Twitter account, twitter.com/Brave the Wild. And on Facebook, you can also join the page. Type in Brave the Wild and click on the one that says company, not group. Company, not group. And there you go. Get on there and chat.
There you go. There you go.
There you go. Yep. Oh, up Jared Palmer. There you go. No, I'm sorry. There's all these other guys. Brett Balmer, that's the other major prospect, since I got to name all the prospects on every show to avoid getting ripped on iTunes. Yeah, SOB. Okay. Anyhow, somebody out there will not be named ever. Again, thanks for listening, and it's most exciting. This is about as excited as I've ever been as a Wild fan. It seemed like the North Stars never could get the big name either, other than a good draft pick here and there, way back.
Yeah.
Way back. So, unprecedented in Minnesota sports. We are ready to rock and roll next year. Oh, but there's one last thing. Let's pray to God there's no lockout.
There could be.
Oh yeah, because the CBA is up and the lockout is looming. That's the crappy part. So it's just like basketball last year. Oh, let's just pray. Fold your hands. No lockout. We will. With that, we will bid adieu and go back. Hopefully sooner than later.